Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Umashri, an artist and an art educator from India. You can find me on Instagram under the handle Creating from the Heart, and welcome back to this challenge. We are beginning with the fourth theme, that is the mountainscapes. So this is the material that you'll require for today's painting. I have listed down the materials in the caption as well. These are the colors that we will be requiring, and all the alternate colors I have listed if you do not have that specific color. We'll begin with the pencil sketch first for this painting, and we only have a little pencil sketch that is marking the mountain range. So I'm just marking out 2 mountain range at the bottom of my paper. So I'll first begin by applying a clean coat of water only onto my sky area, and for the sky I will be using the colors yellow, orange, pink and blue color, and I will be mixing my pink and blue color to form a purplish shade for some highlights. Also the yellow color I will be using Naples yellow mixed with a little bit of orange so that I do not have that bright yellow color. You can mix in your cadmium yellow to a little bit of orange. And first, near to the mountain range, I'll apply this mix of yellow and orange color. Then I will pick up some orange color directly and apply it near to the yellow color. Now next, I have picked up the Quin Rose color, and I'll first apply the Quin Rose color in a very light consistency near to my orange color. And lastly, I will pick up the bright blue color and I'll apply the bright blue color also in a very light consistency. Now I have tilted my board so that the colors flow downwards and blend naturally. Now I'll darken all these color shades. So first the Quin Rose color. So the Quin Rose seems too much onto my orange, so I'll just lift up some of the Quin Rose near from the orange, and just using a damp brush, I'm lifting off the color and cleaning my brush and again lifting up the color. Now I'll apply the darker shade of the bright blue color, and I'll mix in a little bit of Quin Rose now. But before that, near to this pink that I had lifted, I'll just apply a little bit of the orangish yellow color again. And now I'll give in highlights with the Quin Rose color onto the yellow area. Now while adding these cloud highlights, make sure that you do not introduce any new water and you use in the pigment majorly in whichever color consistency you want, but you should not introduce any new water, or else it will begin to spread and not give you this cloud look or the cloud structure being formed, and that will spoil your painting. Now onto the darker blue area, I'm just giving some blue highlights, and if you notice the pink and the blue mixing together, giving a purplish shade there. So I'm almost done with my sky area, and I will wait for this to dry. Until then, I will begin painting my lowest mountain range. So the lowest mountain range, I'm going to paint it first with a layer of Payne's Grey color. If you do not have Payne's Grey, you can mix in indigo and black and get a Payne's Grey color, or you could directly use the black color. But Payne's Grey makes it look more natural, so that's the reason I preferred going for Payne's Grey. The top mountain range, we are just going to fill it with some dry brush strokes and let it look like a snow-capped mountain. And the bottom mountain, we are painting in the reverse way, that is completely black, and then adding dry brush with white color is what we will be doing. So now we'll wait for all of this to dry and then add the dry brush technique to both the mountain range. Now my entire painting is dried. So I'll first begin with the dry brush onto this top mountain. So I'm using the same Payne's Grey color and removing all the excess water onto my napkin. I am just using the dry brush stroke and adding these dry brush technique onto the entire mountain range. Now near to those lines, that is the pencil lines of the mountain, I'm adding some darker lines with the help of my brush only. I am using my size 4 brush for adding these rough dry brush strokes. You can use whichever size brush you are comfortable with and used to with adding these dry brush strokes. Now to this mountain only, I will be adding some darker highlights with the Payne's Grey. So I'll first drop down some colors at certain places and then soften those with the help of a damp brush. So just adding some darker highlights with this Payne's Grey color. If you are using black, you can add the highlights with the black color. Okay, so just adding a few highlights here and there, and then I'll soften it with the help of a damp brush. Now I have picked up a damp brush and I'm running it at the edges, and you can see the paints are getting to soften up, the edges are getting to soften up, and the shade is becoming a tone lighter and it's giving a detailed look to the mountain. That is what I want. So you see the light Payne's Grey color that's getting formed. So if you're using black, I would recommend you to use it in a little medium consistency so it does not look too darker. And now onto this lower mountain range, I'm adding the dry brush with the white gouache. If you do not have white gouache, you can do so with white acrylics. White watercolor will not give you that opaque look of these dry brush strokes. So very randomly, I'm just dabbing off any excess water from my brush onto my rough cloth and then adding these dry brush strokes. And lastly, I will be adding in a moon into my sky, and we will be done with our mountainscape for today. So let's add the moon with the white gouache. You can even add the moon with the white acrylic or a very thick consistency of white watercolor if you're using it from the tubes. Okay, and we are done adding the moon too. Now let's remove the masking tape and see our final painting. The best view comes after the hardest climb. I hope you guys enjoyed painting this with me. I will see you guys soon with the last theme, that is the Northern Lights. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy painting.